welcome to We Teach, my dear students. In this session, we are going to discuss about methods of polymerization. Methods of polymerization is mainly two types. They are emulsion polymerization and suspension polymerization. What is meant by methods of polymerization? In methods of polymerization, we discuss about the how the polymerization process takes place on the surface of the emulsions or in emulsions. So first we should know about emulsion polymerization. In emulsion polymerization, the first definition is how the emulsion can be formed. After that, we should know about how the polymer can be formed from the monomer on the surface of the emulsion. So emulsion polymerization means the formation of the polymer from the monomers on the surface of the emulsion. So this is minimum requirements for the formation of the emulsion polymerization are: the first one is monomer, second one is surfactant, third one is buffer, fourth one is the initiator. These are the minimum requirements for the polymerization process takes place on the surface of the emulsion. Before we are going into depth, we should know about how the emulsion can be formed. How the emulsion can be formed from the surfactant. Surfactant is nothing but it is a long chain organic molecule. Long chain organic molecule contains two parts. The first part is the hydrophilic part. Second one is the hydrophobic part. And generally the surfactant molecule is indicated like this. This head group is called as the hydrophilic part, and the tail part in the surfactant is called as the hydrophobic part. These surfactant molecules at certain concentration converts into micelles. This is micelle. That means at a critical micellar concentration, the concentration, that means critical micellar concentration CMC, at this critical micellar concentration, all the surfactant molecules oriented along in the direction and they forms like a circular shaped molecule which is called as micelle. This is the formation of the micelle. In micelle, all the head groups or all the hydrophilic parts are oriented outside and all the hydrophobic parts oriented inside the micelle, inside the micellar part. So this is about the formation of the micelle. All these micelles merged up into formation of the emulsion. That means emulsion is nothing but the formation of the bigger molecule from the micelles. Okay, this is about formation of the micelle. In the micelle, the inner part is hydrophobic part and outer part is hydrophilic part. On the surface of this inner part, polymerization process takes place in presence of the initiator and the monomers converts into polymers. So this is called as emulsion polymerization. So this is about the introduction about the emulsion polymerization. In this emulsion polymerization, we should know about the some conditions like monomer. In this, the monomer should be highly soluble in water. That means if the monomer dissolved in water, it should form 10 power minus 5 to 10 power minus 6 millimeter sized particles. This is very low size. This low size indicates that monomer is highly soluble in water. So after this highly soluble monomer is formed, in the solution initiator is added and surfactants are added. Due to the presence of these initiators and surfactants, the micelles formed, and from these micelles emulsion can be formed. So after the formation of the micelle or emulsion, on the surface of the emulsion, the initiator reacts with each other, or initiator converts the monomers into polymers. Here the initiator taken are persulfate molecules. Persulfate, the best example for the persulfate is K2S2O8, potassium persulfate. This potassium persulfate first undergoes ionization and converts into potassium ions and persulfate ions. Means the formula is S2O8 2-. This persulfate divided into SO4 minus dot. This is called as sulfate ion radical. Sulfate ion radical. So this K2S2O8 acts as the initiator. First it undergoes ionization and then divided into sulfate ion radical. Finally this sulfate ion radical acts as the initiator for the polymerization process. So due to the presence of this persulfate on the surface of the emulsion, the monomers reacts with each other at a certain conditions and maintaining some pH value. That means by using buffer solutions, the monomers can be converted into polymers. This is the formation of the emulsion and formation of the polymers in the emulsion polymerization process. Here, after formation of the emulsion and formation of the polymer on the surface of the emulsion, these polymers can be directly used or the polymers can be separated from the emulsion can be used. If this polymer can be directly used, that can be used as adhesives, surface coatings and textile finishes, or these polymers can be separated from the emulsion by using 3% solution of the Al2SO4 thrice. By using this solution, the emulsion can be broken and polymer can be released into solution, and then that polymer only can be used as the or used in the industries. This is about the polymerization process or emulsion polymerization. Next one, example. The formation of the polystyrene. In the formation of the polystyrene, the monomer is styrene. Styrene acts as the monomer. K2S2O8 acts as the initiator and Na2HPO4 acts as the buffer and sodium lauryl sulfate acts as the emulsifier. These emulsifiers are nothing but surfactants. Okay, this is the formation of the polymer from the conditions like styrene, K2S2O8, surfactants like sodium lauryl sulfate, and to maintain the pH value, buffers can be used. The buffer used in this process is Na2HPO4, that means disodium hydrogen phosphate. Next examples, vinyl chlorides or vinyl polymers can also be formed in this polymerization process. Next one, advantages and disadvantages of the emulsion polymerization. In this polymerization, the main advantage is the high polymerization rate. That means monomers can be highly converted into polymers. And that means no wastage in the formation of the polymerization process. Next one, molecular weights. High molecular weight polymers can be formed in this type of polymerization process, and the control of the heat is very easy. Why we should control the heat in the formation of the polymers? Because the formation of the polymer is an exothermic reaction, so we should control the release of the heat from the formation of the polymer. So heat should be controlled. That heat can be controlled in this process. Next one, disadvantages of this process. The main disadvantage is the separation of the emulsifier or coagulants, entrapped coagulants from the polymer. This is the main difficultation process. Another disadvantage of this method is the additional cleanup process is required or additional purification step is required from the separation of the polymer from the emulsifier. So this is these are the main disadvantages of this process. The next polymerization process is suspension polymerization. This is one of the suspension polymerization is better method than the emulsion polymerization process, because this suspension polymerization process cannot require any additional cleanup process, because in emulsion polymerization process we should require an additional purification step, but the suspension polymerization process cannot require any additional polymerization process. This is the main disadvantage over emulsion polymerization, and so it is called as an improved method over the emulsion polymerization process. This process is also known as pearl polymerization, bead polymerization or granular polymerization process, because the polymer formed in this process has a shape of spherical beads, so it is called as a bead polymerization or pearl polymerization or granular polymerization. Here also the polymerization process requires monomer, initiator and emulsifier or here it is also called as stabilizer. The monomer, here the monomer should be less soluble in water. But in emulsion polymerization process, the monomer should be highly soluble in water. But in suspension polymerization process, the monomer should be less soluble in water. So due to the less solubility, the large droplets having a size of 0.1 to 1 millimeter after solubilization process can be obtained. That means if the monomer dissolved in water, it forms a size of 0.1 to 1 millimeter sized particles. Next one, the initiator for the formation of the vinyl chloride can be is benzyl peroxides. So in these polymerization, peroxides like H2O2 or benzyl peroxide are used as the initiators in this polymerization process. Next one, the water soluble cellulose derivatives or gelatin can be used as stabilizers in this suspension polymerization process. So the main points or main ingredients for the suspension polymerization are monomer, initiator, stabilizer. Okay, the monomer should be less soluble in water. Next one, initiator is a peroxide like benzyl peroxide or hydrogen peroxide, and stabilizers like cellulose derivatives or gelatin can be used. These stabilizers should be either water soluble or monomer soluble. Next one, these three, that means the mixture of monomers, initiator and stabilizer are called as a reaction mixture. This reaction mixture can be taken into a vessel and it is sealed. The reaction mixture taken in a closed vessel and it is sealed, and in this mixture the forcefully nitrogen gas can be pumped. That means nitrogen gas pumped into this reaction mixture at a temperature of 50 to 60 degrees centigrade for 8 hours. So after taking this reaction mixture into a reaction vessel, we should maintain a temperature of 50 to 60 degrees centigrade for 8 hours, and nitrogen gas should be flushed into that reaction mixture. Then after 8 hours, nearly 90% of the monomers can be converted into polymers. The conversion of 90% monomers into polymers is very high. That means it is a very almost complete. This reaction is almost complete in 8 hours. After 8 hours, the other 10% monomers are acts as unreacted monomer. This unreacted monomer further recycled and can be used as a monomer for the further formation of that polymer. So this is about the suspension polymerization process. The examples are PVC and PMMA are better examples for the formation of polymers in the suspension polymerization process. PVC means polyvinyl chloride and PMMA means polymethyl methacrylate. For example, for PMMA the monomer is the methyl methacrylate. MMA, that means MMA. Methyl methacrylate acts as the monomer, and acetyl dimethyl benzyl ammonium chloride acts as the stabilizer. Okay, and polyvinyl alcohol acts as the protective colloid, and all peroxides acts as the initiators for the this suspension polymerization process. Next, this process also have some advantages and some disadvantages. First one is the higher purity product. That means in emulsion polymerization process, the purity of the product is less. But in this suspension polymerization process, the purity of the product is very high. Next one, the viscosity buildup of the polymer is negligible in this type of the polymerization process, and it also very efficient thermal control polymerization process. Okay. Next, the disadvantage of this process. The main disadvantage of this process is we should not control the size of the particle or size of the polymer. This is the main disadvantage of this polymer, and the monomers required for this polymerization is only water insoluble monomers. Water soluble monomers cannot be converted into polymers in this type of the polymerization. So this is one of the disadvantage of this process. So this is all about the methods of polymerization. We should continue in the next session. Thank you.